We start the basics of images. Images are basically pictures about objects. They can be on paper or they may be scanned and brought to the computer, or photos can be transferred to the computer. These images which come to the computer are called digital images. Images which are on the computer or in your mobile phone or in your tab. They are called digital images. Digital images can be easily edited. We can edit digital images using appropriate software packages. One of those software packages is called GAMP. The other more popular software is called Adobe Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop. Photoshop is the most popular package for editing images, whereas we don't have license for using Adobe Photoshop on our computers. GAMP is a free tool. We can use it without any problems. It has got most of the functionality we may find in Photoshop. It's okay for us. For novices and beginners, JMP should be okay. Okay. Now, images can be classified into two categories. One is raster image. Raster image. What is a raster image? When you zoom the image to a larger extent, the image will start breaking into pixels, individual pixels. It is called a raster image. Okay, you may take a photograph in your phone, mobile phone, then go on pinching it, pinch zoom it. You after a while you will find that only dots are visible, no images, nothing clear. Okay, such a level is reached by raster images. Raster images are based on pixels. Pixels placed together. What is a pixel? Do you know the definition? Do you have any remembrance of having been told about pixel? When describing monitors, we talked about pixels. Pixel is the short form for picture element. No idea? Hmm? Pixel stands for picture element. Can you repeat? Picture element. Pixel stands for picture element. Okay, it's a dot. It's a dot which can be placed on a digital image or on a monitor or on the display. Whatever you see on the display is a series of dots which can be black, white, or in any other color. You visualize them as objects A, B, C, D. Computer does not know about A or B or C or D, anything. It does not know. It knows where to place which dot. And you understand the dots as some pattern or text or something else. Okay, it knows only how to place the dot. What color, which location. These are sufficient for a computer. Okay, then raster images. What are raster images? Raster images are digital images which what? Which are pixel based. Which are pixel based. Pixel based images will break when we zoom them beyond a limit. Okay, and then there is another class of images called vector images. Vector images. Do you know anything about vectors? Vector. No idea? Vector. Anybody who has taken mathematics in plus 2 level would have understood, would have at least been told about vectors. Vectors, what? Vectors are no idea. Distances and directions. Vectors have two components. One is the value, other one is the direction. They have direction in addition to a value. Okay, here vector images have an algorithm or a formula for making them to work. With the formula, they can be zoomed to any extent. You can zoom a vector image to any extent. No pixels will be visible. It will not break. It will simply go on zooming to the maximum extent possible. Or you can reduce it in size to whatever small extent you wish. And the image will be drawn to such small level. Therefore, vector images permit us to what? Permit us to zoom the image to any large extent or bring it down to very small extent. You create a vector image on an A4 sheet and you make it as large as possible, 20 feet by 30 feet. A large image, you create a large image out of the image drawn on your A4 sheet. vector image. If it is a vector image, the image would not break. Whereas a normal image, which may be a photograph or which may be another raster image, it will break. Okay, there are two classes of images. What are they? Raster image, vector image. Raster image, vector image. Once more, raster image, vector image. Raster image will break. After a while, raster image will break. Whereas vector image will never break. Okay, vector image is more stable. Whereas there are some advantages. It is easy for us to take photograph and create raster images. Whereas for a vector image, we have to draw. We have to draw the image ourselves. It cannot create a vector image out of your photograph. You cannot create a vector image out of your photograph. It should be a raster image when you take a photograph. Whereas vector images are drawn by hand. Lines, circles, and other shapes which are drawn by our hand. Okay. Okay. We move on to the next question. Okay. What are the types of images? They provide us the types of images. Raster images have pixels as their basic unit. The most common types of raster images are JPEG. JPEG stands for Joint Photographic Experts Group. JPEG full form Joint Photographic Experts Group. Can you repeat? Joint Photographic Experts Group. Once more, Joint Photographic Experts Group. This is the most common format for photographs we take on mobile phone. Whatever photograph you take on mobile phone or digital camera is saved in the format of JPEG, JPG. JPG is the standard extension for JPEG images, Giant Photographic Experts Group, JPEG. Okay. Then the other one is PNG, Picture Naturals Group. Picture Natural Group. Picture Natural Group. PNG full form. Can you repeat once more? Picture Natural Group. Okay. This is a competitor to JPG, whereas photos taken in PNG format have larger size. Okay, PNG. If you take photos in PNG format, screenshots are normally saved in PNG format in the computer. When you take a screenshot in Linux, you get a document in PNG format. PNG images are normally larger in size compared to JPG images. Okay, whereas they have one advantage. What is the advantage? The main advantage of PNG image is the image never never, you can't say never breaks. It will also break, whereas it will not lose its quality. There is no compression. It does not reduce the quality of the image for storage. So, therefore, whatever we take as a photograph will be available without loss of quality. Whereas JPG will make some minor modifications to the original image for reducing the file size. Okay. Therefore, PNG is a bit clearer, but it results in larger file size. JPG is okay for most of the photographs. JPG is the best format. Even HD quality photos will have only 4 to 5 MB size on the disk. That is a great advantage for storing many photographs. Okay, then TIFF. TIFF for tagged image file format. TIFF full form tagged image file format. Repeat, tagged image file format. Once more, tagged image file format. TIFF for tagged image file format. Okay. This is also used, whereas we don't use it normally for photographs and other things. They may be used for exporting certain graphs into printable version, certain drawings into printable version. TIFF. Then GIF, graphics interchange format. GIF, graphics interchange format. GIF for graphics interchange format. Once more, graphics interchange format. You know about GIF. You already know about GIF. Can you recollect? In PowerPoint presentations, I told you about creating GIF output. Similar to MP4, you can create GIF output for PowerPoint presentations. You make a small presentation with animations and you export it to GIF. It will be rolling like a movie. GIF files can create animations, can store animations, time variant images, whereas it will not give you any audio output. Unlike video has got video as well as audio, moving photos and audio, whereas GIF will not give you any audio. It will provide you with what? Moving elements in picture. Okay, GIF. I'll show you how GIF can be, how you can create GIF out of your normal presentation at the end of the class. Okay. Then we don't have much to talk about vector graphics because I have not introduced you to any type of vector graphics till now. Whereas we know only that vector graphics is available. We normally use it for creating large banners, SVG. You create a large banner in 10 foot by 10 foot size or 20 foot by 30 foot size. It is better you create the banner in, yes, what, in an SVG or vector graphic format. Okay, there are some programs like this one. Here I have Inkscape as the program. This program is called Inkscape. Inkscape. Is it clearly visible to you? This Inkscape is a vector editor. It's a vector editor. The file will be saved in SVG format. SVG, standard vector graphics. SVG for standard vector graphics. It has got, you just take a look at this. You can draw several objects and modify them as you wish. You change the colors. You can change the colors and other things. Whereas right now I am not going into too many aspects of this. Whereas whatever I draw can be zoomed to any extent without the image breaking. I have drawn these two objects. I'll try to zoom them to the maximum extent, and even after zooming to the maximum possible level, I would not have any breakage of the image. Zoom. Where is zoom? Zoom. First one is zoom. Zoom. Zoom out. Zoom previous. Zoom next. Zoom selection. Zoom drawing. Zoom in. Zoom in. Plus. I go on pressing plus. You just see how large it has become. Whereas you don't see the pixels yet. I have zoomed it to such a large extent, you see only the color and the object. Whereas I'll do the same with our I take this image. This is a raster image. This is a raster image photograph. I'll try to zoom this photograph to the maximum extent possible. I go on pressing plus. After a while, what do you see? These are pixels. The square shaped objects are the pixels which constitute the original photograph. After a while, we start to see the pixels instead of the object. This is raster image. Therefore, a raster image is composed of what? Composed of pixels. Kindly remember this. Raster image is composed of pixels. You cannot zoom it beyond a level. Whereas a vector image can be zoomed to any extent. Whereas you need to draw the vector image. You can take any photograph as a raster image. Okay, we'll go on to the theory. Then, what are the common formats? SVG, scalable vector graphics. Suppose I press Ctrl S. You just take a look at this. Inkscape SVG. Do you see this? SVG stands for scalable vector graphics. Then CGM, computer graphics meta file. These are the formats which permit us to save the images in. You just take all these, take a look at all these other formats. These are also possible formats for saving SVG files or vector graphics. Okay. Okay, CGM. These two are the common vector graphics formats. Okay. Then we have seen about two types of images. One is the raster image, the other one is the vector image. What are the subtypes in raster image? JPG, PNG, GIF. Okay. Then TIFF. In addition to that, TIFF. Okay. Portable network graphics. PNG is also expanded as portable network graphics. Okay. Then JPG stands for Joint Photographic Experts Group. Joint Photographic Experts Group. Okay. Then GIF stands for Graphics Interchange Format. GIF can store animations. Can you repeat this? You alone. GIF stands for Graphics Interchange Format. You repeat with me. Graphics Interchange Format. Okay. Then TIFF stands for Tagged Image File Format. Don't be afraid. Repeat with me. No problem. Okay. Tagged Image File Format. Then, okay. PNG stands for Portable Network Graphics. Picture Naturals Group, Portable Network Graphics. Both are permitted expansions, whereas these things keep on changing. Okay. Portable Network Graphics is the other expansion for PNG. Whatever, either of the two can be given to you. You choose the one which is right. Okay. Which of the two you may get? You may choose that as the expansion. They may give you either portable network graphics or picture natural. Okay. Then vector images can be stored in two formats. One is SVG, other one is CGM. SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphics. CGM stands for Computer Graphics Metafile. We will not go beyond this. Whereas we are going to take up some interesting, interesting image editing tasks, which are useful for our what? Future work. You just take a look at this. This is a normal image. I don't want this white portion to remain with me. What can I do? This is called a magic band in uh, Photoshop, and the same tool. It's like a band, isn't it? Have you ever seen Harry Potter? Fish do the work. This is a magic band. Whereas they call it fuzzy selection tool in JMP. You select the magic band, click here. The white portion is selected. Whatever portion has similar quality has been selected. Whereas I wish to remove the white portion. I wish to remove the white portion. What can I do? Go to select, press invert. Now the selection has been inverted. Copy this, Control C. Then go to file, create from clipboard. You just see this image. There is no white portion. Whatever is drawn in white and black squares is transparent portion. This is ice cream alone without the associated white portion. You can do several things. Can I now press Ctrl A, Ctrl C, and I place this ice cream upon this, and then do some little modifications to the image. Wait. Tools, transform tools, scale. I can make it smaller and place it on the cup. Place it on top of the cup. I would scale. Then I would rotate. Go to tools, transform tools, rotate. Then I try to rotate this image and place it. Okay. Is it okay if I place it upon the ice cream? Okay, it should be okay. Now I go to move tool. Then I take it to this portion. I place it upon the ice cream as if it were an addition to the cup. After this, you will not notice much difference. The original and the new one are so perfectly mixed together. Isn't it? There is a desert ice cream, chocolate desert, on which you get a spoon also. Good mixer. Whereas if I take the original image, it will look very shabby. Control A, Control C. I try to do all this with the original cone ice cream. See what happens. There is a white associated portion which is causing me trouble. Hmm? Don't you see this? This is a simple task in image editing. Image editing is an interesting area. Use it for good purposes. Use it only for good purposes. This is a rule. Okay? Especially for those who are very intelligent. Those who have too much intelligence may do some mischievous things which are harmful to others. Therefore, digital image editing is a powerful and very good tool. We should use it only for good purpose. Okay, okay, we will stop it here. Okay. At the end of our JavaScript session, we will go on to digital image editing. Okay. We stop it here.